SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
Has a throw to first, and that's your ball game. Union has won its first ever WPIAL championship.
There it is. Champions, the Static Lancers.
Strike three. The Union Scotties, golden once again.
One gold, not enough. How about 2 district gold and 2 state gold for the Lady Lancers?
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
9 seconds. Anderson into the corner, it's poised for 3. Good! Take time,
To throw again, directing traffic, going for the quarterback in the end zone. Touchdown!
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Fox Chapel High School. It's high school basketball on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. And tonight it's the PIAA Class AA girls basketball quarterfinals between Shenango and Greensburg Central Catholic. Tonight's broadcast on the Lawrence County SportsNet and the Trib Live High School Sports Network is brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, keeping you in the game. Castle Asphalt, making your dream design come to fruition. Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. The Red Zone, score big at the Red Zone. Medor Bonner Law, a community firm dedicated to protecting your possessions. Pontius Insurance, love the life you live, worry-free. Crane Room Grill, family-owned restaurant, brewery, and banquet center. Penn, Ohio Bottled Water, home and business bottled water delivery. Health in Motion, physical therapy, keeping you moving. Works in Progress Paint Services, Lawrence County Child and Youth Services, Tri-County Principals Association, and one anonymous Shenango fan also sponsoring this broadcast tonight, and of course by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. I'm Randy Gore along with Lee Moan for tonight's broadcast. Should be a great one here in the quarterfinal round of the girls Class 2A playoffs. Shenango 24-4 overall, the WPIAL champions. Greensburg Central Catholic 23-5 overall. They did the Centurions in 5th place out of the WPIAL, beating Winburg in the first round 55-33, defeating Maplewood in the second round 61-48. Shenango in the States beating Marion Center 50-43 in the first round, and then taking down Lakeview in the second round 42-29. So Limon, 2 very powerful teams, kind of different from this standpoint. One's a very senior-laden group in Shenango. One's a very youthful group in Greensburg Central Catholic, but they do clash here in the state quarterfinals.
Yeah, and Coach LaRocca he thought he'd see this team in the WPIAL playoffs. It didn't work out that way. Figured he'd see him somewhere along the way. They're seeing him tonight. Shenango, furthest they've ever made it here in the state playoffs, first ever WPL championship. Greensburg Central Catholic, they lost 3 semifinals back 2004, 2005, 2006. Haven't been this far for quite a while, so one of these teams are going to make it to the semifinals on Monday night.
Pre-game show brought to you by LGKG. Your insurance company is not always on your side, but the law offices of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George are. Visit them online at lgkg.com for a free consultation. We're going to step aside for a pregame break. We'll have more for you on the pregame show in just a moment. State quarterfinals, Class AA, Shenango and Greensburg Central Catholic.
For 20 years, Maley Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Maley Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Maley Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medor Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
And welcome back to Fox Chapel High School and the LGKG pregame show. Let their law firm of AV-rated attorneys and super lawyers guide you through the legal process. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. Well, as we continue along in the pregame show, Greensburg Central Catholic taking on the Shenango Wildcats here in this Class 2A state quarterfinal contest. Winner of this will face the winner between Bishop McCourt and Kennedy Catholic. That game going to tip off at around 6 o'clock at Norwood High School. Bishop McCourt, the third-place finisher out of District 6, and Kennedy Catholic, the champions out of District 10. And we should have score updates of that one along the way, thanks to the professor, Mr. Ryan Briggs. So great to be in touch with him today about that. So as Limon talked about earlier, the Shenango team, it's a banner year. WPIAL champions, first time ever, deepest run in the state tournament. And Shenango, the Wildcats were 9-4 following a loss to Laurel on January 11th. Since then, the Wildcats have won 15 in a row, including the 2 state round games against Marion Center and Lakeview. A bit of an unfortunate circumstance against Lakeview in that second round win. Ashley DeCarbo sustained an ACL injury in that second round win, although some good news received today as we came to find out with talking to Coach Richie Larocco in his second year. He said she's been cleared, and that was an eyebrow raiser. We said, wait a minute, what? Yes, Ashley DeCarbo has been cleared, and she's going to be in the starting lineup tonight. And he said it's a clean, complete tear, and she was cleared. She's able to go, and she's a senior. She still has her softball spring ahead of her if she decides to play softball this year, considering the circumstances. But she's not going to play college basketball, so she's going to let it all go here tonight. So, or maybe moving forward to this riding this one out here in the state tournament.
Yeah, if you're Shenango, hopefully 3 more games to get through tonight, Monday, and then up to Hershey. So, yeah, Coach Larocco got a video sent to him and said, "Hey, look at this. She's doing everything," and he didn't believe it. But yep, the video was true, and they put her all through everything, and she's gonna go with her teammates tonight, which is great to hear.
Yeah, that's some good news there. So Ashley DeCarbo, who has been a starter since her sophomore year, she is back in the starting lineup tonight. Will not miss a game, as it turns out. We're going to step aside for one more pregame break. We'll have the opening tap and starters for you when we return. You're listening to playoff coverage brought to you by the Lawrence County Sports Network and LCAP.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance and receive the personalized service you deserve. Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be.
Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shenango for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
And welcome back to Fox Chapel High School. I'm Randy Gore along with Lee Moan as we're just about ready for the starting lineup of tonight's state quarterfinal game in Class AA between Shenango and Greensburg Central Catholic. And tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by
the Red Zone. You can make sure you stop by the Red Zone on Wilmington Road and the Shenango for all your county sporting apparel needs, sporting goods, custom apparel, embroidery, and more.
And the starting lineups will begin first with the Greensburg Central Catholic Centurions. They are donning the road black uniforms with maroon numerals and lettering and white trim, led by head coach Chris Skittel. It's number 12, a junior Maya Morgan, number 14, junior Avery Davis, number 23, freshman Erica Gribble, number 32, senior Cadence Peters, and number 33, junior Kara DePilka. Again, for the Centurions, it's Morgan, Davis, Gribble, Peters, and DePilka. For Shenango, led by head coach Richie Larocco, it'll be number 12, 5'7" sophomore Amara DeFrank, number 21, 5'7" senior Emily Fadrizi, number 22, 5'10" senior Janie Nattel, number 24, 5'4" senior Ashley DeCarbo. That's right, you heard it, 5'4" senior Ashley DeCarbo, cleared from that ACL injury to play tonight. And number 33, 5'10" senior Kylie Rubin. Again, for Shenango, it's DeFrank, Fadrizi, Nattel, DeCarbo, and Rubin. And Shenango in the home white uniforms with navy blue numerals and lettering and gold trim. Go ahead.
And we just heard from the boss, Mr. James Dotson. He said, if Ashley DeCarbo does anything tonight, she gets the player of the game shirt.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Hard to argue with that, right?
Yeah.
Well, number one, he's the boss, so it's hard to argue with that anyway.
Yeah,
you can't argue with Mr. Dotson, but no, especially with the fact that I wouldn't argue against it. I mean, my goodness, she is a grinder here tonight. And, well, talking with Coach Larocco, he said he has a group of tough kids, and if nothing proves that more, Ashley DeCarbo most certainly does. She epitomizes the toughness that the Shenango squad has. 6 seniors. Talking with Coach, he said, to some degree, they had been talking about winning the WPIAL for some time now. A bit of a relief that they were able to do that this year, and now they're just enjoying the ride here. A nice deep run in the state playoffs, and hoping that it can continue for a little while more, all the way out to Hershey. So ready for the opening tap is Rubin out at center court, along with Katie Peters for Greensburg Central Catholic, and we are underway. The opening tap controlled by Shenango, and the Wildcats moving right to left across your listening device.
It looks like a 2-3 zone to start here for the Centurions.
Right wing 3 skyward rattles out on the attempt for Rubin, or check that.
Nattel.
For Nattel, excuse me. Now a left wing 3, skyward and good for Maya Morgan. And one of the things for Greensburg Central Catholic, they like to play fast, they like to shoot the 3, and even if they miss some threes, they're going to keep bombarding you with 3-point attempts. It's an early one that goes, 3-0 lead. Now a miss down low by Kylie Rubin, as that one partially blocked by the Centurions.
It looked like
DePilka.
DePilka, excuse me, got it.
Dribbling right to left with it is Gribble. Throws up a runner in the lane, and that one good. And it's suddenly a 5-0 lead for the Centurions.
Yeah, I have to adjust to the non-radio friendly numbers here for Greensburg Central Catholic.
You and me both.
Oh, my gosh. the good thing is Greensburg is not a deep team. So for us anyways.
Right, the roster is not all that large, so there's only a certain amount of players that will get in for Greensburg Central Catholic. Pass to the right by Shenango, lost out of bounds, so another turnover here by the Wildcats. 5-0 Greensburg Central Catholic. We're a little over a minute in.
Yeah, good start for the Centurions.
Great to have you with us tonight on the Lawrence County Sports Network. Pump fake from the top of the key by Morgan. She'll pass it off to Gribble, and as she moves in, we've got a whistle.
3-second call? Wow, how about that? I had one the last game, believe it or not, too.
So Katie Peters evidently camping out a little too long down there in the paint. The ball juggled away and lost by DeFrank, and now it's a 2-on-1 on the fast break. Miss on the try by Morgan. Offensive board, it's Gribble. Pump fake for the top of the key, driving right side of the lane, but a miss by Peters. Putback is there as Greensburg Central Catholic makes it 7-0 on the DePilka follow, and a timeout called by Coach Richie Larocco of Shenango. So out of the gates, Greensburg Central Catholic, we told you they play fast. They hit an early three, couple of turnovers. They're out front 7-0.
And Coach Larocco cannot be happy with the three offensive chances that time too, because they did not box out. And Greensburg Central right there for the rebounds, and they were able to get it back in. And they had plus the 2-on-1 break. So good timeout. Slow your team down.
And Coach Larocco, he spoke with us. One of the keys to the game for Shenango, rebound. And he said, knowing that Greensburg Central Catholic is a very good three-point shooting team, they do not want to give them multiple opportunities on the offensive glass if they miss a three to put in an easy two. And, it certainly happened on that last possession. In fact, that was a third chance opportunity for Greensburg Central Catholic. So the Centurions with a 7-0 lead. We're 6:23 on the clock here in the first quarter. Greensburg Central Catholic appearing in the playoffs for the 23rd consecutive season, but first state playoff appearance in 5 years, vying for a second state title all time. Won one back in 1997.
Yeah, against the Shamrocks of Trinity.
Fitting to talk about on St. Patrick's Day. Lee Moan is donning his green PIAA basketball state championship shirt. As there is another steal, this one by Gribble out of the timeout, and Gribble takes it coast to coast, 9-0 Greensburg Central Catholic.
Yeah, Gribble just got those hands up and deflected that pass, and boy, Shenango in trouble early on.
Pass to the near side, left to right, trying to dribble it off. Nearly losing it to Carbo, but regrouping the Wildcats, and they need to find a way to regroup out of the sudden 9-0 run here to open the ball game. But another pass tipped. That one was forced inside by Natel, and it was batted away. And on the other end, fast break, layup by Morgan. 5 points for Morgan, and another timeout called by Shenango. Not the way you want to start this one out. This will be a 30-second timeout for Shenango, who trails 11-0, 5:22 on the clock.
A lot of standing around, if you notice, Randy, on that possession. I mean, the players not moving, and then Natal just tried to force that pass inside, which was just not a good pass at all. It was covered. So you need to get some movement out of this offense right now. But, boy, if you're Greensburg Central Catholic, you're off to a great start for sure. I mean, coming in as the underdog, if you want to say, because they're, the lower seed, but still – great start. This is a very talented GCC team.
And you mentioned it earlier. Coach Larocco spoke with us and said, we figured we were going to see Greensburg Central Catholic somewhere along the way. They knew they were a talented team. And Class AA overall is a talented bunch of teams involved out of the WPIAL and District 7. And so, it's, as you said, it would be an upset on paper, so to speak. But this is a very good Greensburg Central Catholic squad. A young one, but one that has a lot of talent. Pass to the right corner, three ball, no good on the attempt by Natel, but an offensive rebound for Shenango. Three ball to Carbo, no good, and the board goes to Greensburg Central Catholic. Morgan hesitates in the forecourt, looks to Gribble. Gribble starts in, now we'll circle back out. Centurions leading 11-0, 4:45 to play in the first.
Yeah, I can't wait till you start digging into the Gribble history as we go along. She might be the best of the best.
A couple of older sisters that played at Norwin High School and play collegiately as well, including Elena Gribble, who's her oldest sister, and she's the all-time leading scorer at Norwin. But here's a score by Avery Davis, a junior transfer out of Norwin High School in her first year with Greensburg Central Catholic, and she makes it 13-0. She knifes through the defense, does Davis. Inside feed, and we've got a travel. As taking a couple of steps was Kylie Rubin before going up with the shot.
Boy, it's like the start of the pick game.
Well, the good news, if you will, if you were Iowa State, is that you did rally back from the early deficit against Pitt. I don't know where that score stands at this point.
No idea.
We have other concerns, like the steal by Fadrizi, and she will lay it in, and there's the first basket midway through the first for Shenango, cutting the deficit to 13-2.
How big is that? Now Shenango able to get this press going now.
Got to find a way to just settle into this game. So with the pressure, a little bit of a scramble for Greensburg Central Catholic, but into the forecourt, near travel by Morgan. The Shenango fans wanted it. Gribble comes free from the right side, low blocks, and just drops it in the cylinder. 15-2 Centurions with 3.5 to go in the first.
Yeah, the ball came up above her shoulder, but she was stationary. I think that's why the call didn't happen.
Spinning, keeping the pivot foot is Nattel. As also Morgan did the same, to your point.
Got ya.
Kylie Rubin out top of the key, pump fake by DeCarbo, looking good on that knee. Kick to the right corner. 3-ball no good for Nattel. She's been cold so far from that same spot. She's missed 3 now from that same general vicinity.
And she's the all-time leader at Shenango in threes.
3 for Morgan. This one off target. Rebound pulled down by Nattel. And shooters will shoot, and Nattel will be that way, just like the rest of the Greensburg Central Catholic team will be in facing against her. Rubin, player reaching in, but she'll kick out amongst the double team, with the ball thrown away to the media area on an errant pass by Madison Long, 5'4" junior.
We will see if the media timeout's supposed to come, but apparently not. So we request it, but it's not coming.
I know in my experience, sometimes a little reminder never hurts.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, well, didn't go down. That's all right.
That's right, yeah.
Play continues on, as we will as well. And Morgan fouled on her way to the cup. Will get 2 free throws.
First foul of the game between either team here with 2:29 left in the first quarter as Nattel picks it up.
So Nattel, 5'10", senior, with her first foul. First foul on anybody, as Limon pointed out. Morgan makes the free throw. She's up to 6 points, including the opening 3-ball of the game. Morgan, the leading scorer, averaging around 14 points per game, getting some Division II looks. Makes both free throws. Great pure shooter. She's up to 7, and the lead for Greensburg Central Catholic is up to 17-2. 2:25 left in the first. Shenango left wing. DeCarbo fakes a pass to the left, has that knee brace on the right knee. And if you missed the news, she sustained an ACL injury in the state second-round win, but she has been cleared for tonight's game, and here she is in the lineup. Miss from the mid-range jumper opportunity on the left side by Nattel, and Morgan and the Centurions on the run. Pass tipped high to the air, saved in the corner, but given away back to Shenango. Slowing it up is Nattel, as she'll lob one up in the backcourt to teammate Fadrizi. Fadrizi, all-time leader in assists at Shenango. Pass off the leg of one player, deflects to Nattel. She tries to feed one down low, and it is tipped out of bounds by the Centurions. Possession will stay with Shenango.
And get her first substitution is Nattel's going to come out, and Julia George will step in, the 5'8" senior.
Ball inbounded to George. She'll fire up a long 2 on the perimeter on the far wing. No good. Rebounded quickly by Katie Peters. 17-2, Greensburg Central Catholic in front, as we are late in the first quarter.
And these Shenango fans are stunned right now.
Reverse layup, Gribble, 19-2, Greensburg Central Catholic.
Oh, how about Gribble with the reverse layup, the freshman.
Gribble has 8, and she is getting Division I looks already with offers from St. Joe's as well as the University of Buffalo. Interest from other schools like Navy and Villanova. Ball out of bounds, but tipped that way into the Greensburg Central Catholic bench.
Yeah, her dad part of the GCC staff here.
Father is Dan Gribble. I had the pleasure of actually bumping into him at a South Point Chamber of Commerce luncheon a few years back, and we didn't know who each other were, and we just started talking about high school sports, and next thing you know, we're like, hey, wait a minute. I kind of know who you are. At least I know who your daughters are.
Yeah, I recognize that voice, too.
Ball tipped out of bounds. His possession will stay with Shenango underneath the Centurions basket.
Was 2-3 zone, giving all kinds of problems right now to Shenango.
19-2, Centurions leading. 43 seconds to play in the first quarter. Ball lobbed into Fedrizi, who's been quiet so far, but everybody has for Greensburg Central Catholic. Fedrizi 3, back rim, rebounded by Morgan. Morgan will jog it into the forecourt, angling to the right. And the Centurions, who've played about as good of a first quarter as you can, leading by 17 points. Going to hold for the last shot, one would suspect. 19 seconds on the clock now in the opening stanza. Spinning around is Avery Davis, lost it, but there to scoop it up to keep the possession as Morgan starts in, finds Davis. She'll crank up a 3 and nothing but net for Avery Davis, 22-2. Centurions, 4 seconds to go in the period. Here comes Fedrizi trying for the last basket, runner no good, and that ends the first quarter, and an impressive one if you're a Centurions fan. 22-2, Greensburg Central Catholic leading the Shenango Wildcats, the WPIAL champions. We'll step aside for a break, back with the second quarter when we come back here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and Lawrence County Sports Network.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team and how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for homeowners and businesses in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting and related projects for the winter season. Call Joe today, 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
Trib Live has a little something for everyone. Sports from high school to the pros. News from across the street and around the world. Arts and entertainment, lifestyles, opinion, weather, photo galleries, video. You can even find your next job, house, and car. So look alive, Pittsburgh, and get the news you want and information you need all in one place. TribLive.com. TribLive.com. News and more 24/7.
And welcome back to Fox Chapel High School. I'm Randy Gore along with Lee Moan as the first quarter score belonging to the Greensburg Central Catholic Centurions, 22-2, the lead over Shenango. We've got a similar type score in the other quarterfinal game.
Kennedy Catholic, right?
Kennedy Catholic leading 17-2 over Bishop McCourt. So the winner of this one will take on the winner of that one. And right now, big leads for Greensburg Central Catholic and Kennedy Catholic thus far. So the Centurions begin with the basketball to open the second quarter. Deliberate possession here. 3 ball from the left wing. Too strong on the try. As it's rebounded by Shenango. That was DePilka with the missed attempt.
Yeah, I had to wait till she turned around, too.
That's those dark numbers on the black jerseys. We're at the top of the gymnasium here at Fox Chapel, so sometimes we need an extra second to identify some of those Centurions. DeCarbo, left wing, bounce pass as she finds an open Kylie Rubin, and that's the way you do it if you're Shenango. Feed it inside. Rubin banks it home, 22-4.
Yeah, good luck, Bob Greenberg. If Greensburg Central wins this game, good luck with the uniforms going to travel.
Travel by the Centurions, so a little bit of life here.
They're going to need some type of life right now. You don't want to get it all back at once. If you can cut this to a 10-point deficit at halftime, 8-10, you're going to be satisfied with that.
Yeah, try to get it to single digits if you can. As you said, there's no there's no 20-point shot, right? You can settle for 2s and 3s and just whittle the lead down. So DeCarbo feeding it to Fedrizi, finds a wide-open player left corner. 3 ball and the splash for Janie Natel. And there you go, Shenango with a couple of early baskets here in the second, trailing 22-7 with 6:34 to play in the second period.
Yeah, it was a great set play there.
Avery Davis trying to move in baseline and a blocking foul called. Tough one, as you could hear Lee Moan express maybe his opinion even with that sigh.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's all right.
Elise Lenhart picks up the foul. Looks like she was in pretty good position. Coach LaRocco trying to plead his case also. Elise Lenhart into the game, the junior, part of the volleyball team.
Wide open Davis off the inbounds pass, and she cranks up the 3. That's her second triple of the game, up to 8 points, 25-7, Greensburg Central Catholic.
Boy, she's got great form.
Indeed, 6:15 on the clock now in the second.
Yeah, she didn't score the last game. Apparently maybe got into foul trouble.
Inside, Rubin kicks it back out, top of the key. 3 ball off target for Fedrizi. The 5'7" senior Fedrizi All-state volleyball player, over 1,000 kills, over 1,000 career points. Team's leading scorer, averaging 16.2 points per game, but she's been held to 2 so far. Ball out of bounds. The officials are going to say, let's see here, it's going to be Greensburg Central Catholic ball, much to the chagrin of the fans nearest us, and those are the Shenango fans.
I sort of agree with the call.
Pass was evidently tipped out of bounds was the ruling, but don't worry, fear not, it's stolen away by Natel anyway. Bounce pass Fadrizi to Natel on the right wing. Back to Fadrizi in between the circles. Pitch and catch continues between those two. DeCarbo near wing. Fakes it inside. Dribbles toward the free throw line. Kick out. Deep three. Fadrizi. That rims out. Rebound is chased down by the Centurions and Kaylin Rooser, who is in the game, the senior off the bench. Baseline drive. It's Avery Davis with the make. She's in double figures with 10, and the lead back up to 20 for Greensburg Central Catholic, 27-7.
Yeah, Avery Davis, second team all-conference and part of the track team at GCC.
And competes in the 4x800, 1,600 meter, and 3,200 meter run. And obviously pretty good at basketball.
Just a little.
Pass to the right side. It was tipped but retrieved by DeCarbo as Morgan got a hand on it. Maybe Davis as well. Natel catch and shoot three, right wing, back iron. Rebound, DeCarbo trying to chase it down, but it will go off of her and out of bounds on a tough deflection there. Erica Gribble was also in that mix to try and chase it down. We've got a timeout here with 4:42 left in the second quarter and a full timeout call. No, this is the media timeout, I would assume.
No, but it's under 4 minutes. Somebody had to call the timeout. It looks like your GCC called the timeout, Randy.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So Greensburg Central, it was just seemed to me an odd time to call it. That's why I was
likewise
a bit perplexed.
A 20-point lead, and apparently they didn't like Coach Cattell didn't like what he saw after that rebound attempt, and so like, okay, let's have a talk.
Well, Coach Cattell in his second year, also a coach for the Western PA Bruins AAU program, and several of his players also a part of that program. He's a practicing attorney in Greensburg, heads up the Cattell Law Group. His daughter Bella is a senior guard at Division II Mansfield University in the PSAC. Played basketball and soccer as a goalkeeper during her time at Greensburg Central Catholic. Another one of his daughters, Abby, played soccer at Seton Hill University as well as GCC. And his son, Zach, played baseball for the Centurions and Wheeling Jesuit, which is now known as Wheeling University. So now in his second year as the head coach here of Greensburg Central Catholic, and it's been a great year. The fifth place finisher out of the WPIAL, but loaded in talent. The Centurions at one point were ranked number 1 in Class AA by the Trib Live High School Sports Network. And Shenango was the team that came away as the WPIAL champions. A magical run to the Peterson Event Center, winning the title and looking for more here, looking for a state championship. But right now down by 20, 27-7. Greensburg Central Catholic with the ball, driving right side of the lane, no good for Gribble. Rebound by Kylie Rubin. Now you get the sense in the second quarter as we're nearing the midway point, the Wildcats starting to settle into this game. You just hope that you haven't dug yourself too big of a hole and you don't end up trading baskets. Kickball on Morgan.
Yeah, right now they've been trading baskets, so it's still that 20-point deficit, unfortunately.
Ball inbounded to Fadrizi as the zone defense, which has flustered Shenango thus far, continues. No point in changing it if you're Greensburg Central Catholic, right?
Yeah, they're not getting any penetration. There's a steal.
Steal by Gribble. She leads the track meet and will lay it in. Erica Gribble now in double figures as well. She's up to 10, and the lead is 22, 29-7. Miss, rebound, Natel. In a fight for it, we've got a jump ball. Arrow is with Shenango as Natel and DePilka were locked up. Avery Davis checks back in as Kaylin Rooser will exit. 3:28 remaining in the second quarter, 29-7, Greensburg Central Catholic in front. Left wing DeCarbo, three ball off the front rim. Chased down on the board by Katie Peters. Quickly in transition, all the way for the layup, missed by DePilka. Rebound Fadrizi. Without numbers, she'll push. 29-7. Right elbow jumper missed by Fedrizzi with an air ball. And Greensburg Central Catholic with the healthy lead and with the basketball again with 3:06 to go in the second.
And Matty Long's going to try to provide a spark for the Shenango Wildcats. Zoe Offey will have a seat. Yeah, not used to seeing Fedrizzi shoot those air balls. I mean, she had 8 threes in one of the games in the playoff games this year.
And Fedrizzi set the school single game record with 8 3-pointers in the semifinal win against Burgettstown.
I couldn't remember what game.
And as we said earlier, she's the program's all-time leader in assists. But she can, if she's on fire, look out if you're the opponent. Right now, she's been cold thus far.
As the whole team.
Gribble gets a step on her defender, but fouled by DeCarbo.
That's a tough matchup there, Gribble and DeCarbo. DeCarbo with that knee brace trying to, and she's doing very well running is Ashley, and they're going to call a non-shooting foul.
Wow, they call that on the floor. I agree. I thought that was a shooting foul as well. Looked to me like Gribble was on the way up, but to the benefit of Shenango, it is not a shooting foul. Ball sent to the left side, low blocks with Davis. She'll peel back to the corner. 29-7, Greensburg Central Catholic. Gribble for 3, left wing, short on the try, rebounded by Fedrizzi. Nearing 2 minutes left in the half. Right wing DeCarbo, pauses, rifles one inside. Rubin, low dribble, and has it pulled right out of her hands by Peters. 2:03 left in the second. 29-7, Greensburg Central Catholic. Gribble, pull-up J, and the short-range shot goes down. Gribble with a dozen. The freshman, 31-7, Greensburg Central Catholic.
See why she's going to probably going to go D1?
Well, now a tip, almost the steal for Gribble, but Fedrizzi retrieves it back near the half-court line. Natel finds DeCarbo, 3, got it. 34-10. Check that, 31-10. They added the points on the wrong side, and it fooled me. 31-10 Greensburg Central Catholic. But a big 3 for DeCarbo. With a valiant effort tonight, playing through an ACL injury. Left elbow jumper in the swish for Gribble. And she's looking smooth right now, the freshman for Greensburg Central Catholic.
Yeah, we broadcast from North Allegheny, Randy, and I'm glad she's at Greensburg.
DeCarbo back iron on the 3-ball try from the left wing. Yeah, Avery Davis and Erica Gribble. Norwin is their home school district, but they're obviously playing at Greensburg Central Catholic. And Davis is a transfer out of Norwin. She has the basketball right now, hands it off to Morgan on the right side, who will back it up in between the circles. 40 seconds to go in the half. Centurions driving right side of the lane. Morgan with a bit of a rush shot there in that situation. And after the miss, rebounded by Fedrizzi. Inside, Rubin from Natel. Back out to DeCarbo. Pull up 15-footer off target. Rebounded by DePilka. 20 seconds to go. And now Greensburg Central Catholic will slow it up and just hold the basketball here for the last shot. Gribble to the right side with Davis. Now Davis, Morgan, and Gribble, all a part of that Western PA Bruins AAU team. And Davis trying to split a double team, draws a foul. This will be a shooting foul.
They sit on the floor.
No, my apologies, on the floor. 3.5 to go in the second.
She pointed on the floor. Yeah, there we go. There you go. Yeah, taking it out.
Everyone else in the gym, including myself, thought that was a shooting foul, but the official, you're right, she did point to the floor, and amongst the confusion, even with the officiating crew, they now move on. Right corner 3 for the buzzer, at the buzzer, missed by Davis in the first half, concludes with Greensburg Central Catholic with a big lead, 33-10. As both teams head to the locker room here at Fox Chapel. So 33-10 the score. Greensburg Central Catholic up on Shenango here in the PIAA Class AA girls basketball quarterfinals. We'll step aside for a break. Back with more in just a moment here on the Lawrence County Sports Network and Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN. Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit CastleAsphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination. When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapy. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Nuvie, the neurobioelectric simulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving.
Are you looking to make a difference? Well, here is your opportunity. Lawrence County Child and Youth Services is looking for compassionate foster parents now. If you are over the age of 21, in good health, and wanting to help a child in need, we're in need of you. Receive free training and compensation by becoming a foster parent. Call 724-658-2558 and let Bill, Brooklyn, and Heather get you started. Make a difference and become a foster parent today.
At Fox Chapel High School, I'm Randy Gore along with Lee Moan, and Greensburg Central Catholic with a 33-10 lead over Shenango at the half in the state Class AA girls basketball quarterfinals. And the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by the Crane Room Grill. Grab a seat in the bar, in the dining room, the loft, or outside on the patio. Not tonight, though. There's plenty of room at the Crane Room. Not tonight as far as the patio. Anywhere else, certainly join our friends at the Crane Room tonight. And our out-of-town score and the game that is most important to those listening for this broadcast is that the winner of this game will take on the winner of Bishop McCord and Kennedy Catholic. And right now, Kennedy Catholic with a 27-17 lead. That's with 3:39 to go in the second quarter. So they're at the media timeout in the second quarter in that one, being played at Norwin High School tonight. So this one, again, is 33-10. Greensburg Central Catholic up on Shenango and Lee. The Centurions just storming out of the gates, leading 22-2 at the end of the first quarter, and really just trading baskets in the second. There was a little bit of a spurt at the beginning of that second quarter where Shenango put together back-to-back baskets, but other than that, the Centurions able to trade baskets, and that's okay with them as they lead 33-10 at intermission.
Yeah, too many Medor Bonner law turnovers for Shenango right now. That they're just Greensburg Central's really. They pack it in the zone, but they're trying to skip passes, skipping over, trying to throw over top of that zone, not having any success. No penetration whatsoever into that zone, and that's really, really costing them right now. If you notice, nobody getting into the lane and really challenging anything. It's a lot of air balls. It's just not a good quarter for Shenango, probably their worst half in quite a long time. The good news is you still have 16 minutes to hopefully try to creep back in this one.
Halftime show brought to you by Castle Asphalt. If you're looking for quality and cost-efficient paving and construction services, Castle Asphalt and Construction will make your visions for your projects a reality. Well, the visions for Shenango is a comeback in the second half. How do the Wildcats make that happen, Lee?
I still think you need to get that penetration into the zone right now. They're just, not a lot of movement. Players look like at least up here, a lot of standing around. And I think Fadrizi's got to get into the lane and try to, create, kick out, and dribble, whatever you need to do. But you need to try to get some penetration in there, and you have to, you're gonna have to, your defense, you're gonna have to, create some turnovers somehow, because this Greensburg Central Catholic team is just really playing well. And Gribble is Gribble, Davis, and Morgan. Those are the big three. Well, look at that. They got 31 out of the 33 points to the big three, and that's what it's about.
Specifically, Gribble with 14. Avery Davis has 10, including 2 3-pointers. Maya Morgan with 7 points. Those are the big three with the 31 out of the 33. The only other player to score is Kara DePilka. The junior has 2 points for Greensburg Central Catholic. The scoring much more lighter on the Shenango side of things. You've got Jamie Natel with 3 points, Ashley DeCarbo with 3. That's 1 3-pointer each there. Emily Fadrizi with 2, Kylie Rubin with 2. And Rubin has had a couple of opportunities inside. She averages 13.9 points per game. Not a ton, though, because of the zone defense that Greensburg Central Catholic has hampered Shenango with. She just hasn't seen it come her way often enough. But she did score 1 basket out of that early surge in the second quarter. Had another opportunity late where she missed on a bunny. You'd like to see more of those inside feeds, I'm sure, to Rubin.
Well, when your outside shots aren't falling, hey, let's pack in that zone just a little bit tighter, until they start to maybe hit from the outside. That might pull that zone back out. But when you have a 23-point lead, you can pretty much dictate what you want to do as of right now.
You mentioned Erica Gribble, and she's a D1 recruit. Again, already offers from St. Joe's and the University of Buffalo. Her oldest sister, Elena Gribble, she played at Pitt and St. Joseph's. In high school, played at Norwin, led the Norwin Knights to WPIAL titles in 2015 and 2016. Graduated as Norwin's all-time leading scorer with nearly 1,800 career points, 1,782 to be exact. Middle sister Olivia, another older sister for Erica, Olivia Gribble is now a junior at Marietta College, which is a very good Division III program in the Ohio Athletic Conference. They went 22-8 this year, reached the NCAA Sweet 16, did Marietta, with the help of Olivia Gribble. She led the team in 3-pointers this year with 50.
What a
surprise. She was an they're all great 3-point shooters, the Gribbles. She was an OAC honorable mention this year. Last year was a second team all OAC pick. As you mentioned, we also broadcast for North Allegheny High School on the NA Sports Network, so we've seen a ton of Norwin and the Gribbles over the years. We saw Dan Gribble, the father, who's an assistant coach earlier on, and it was fun chatting with him. Yeah. But very talented young ladies, and Erica Gribble follows suit. And the rumor is that Erica may be the best of the three. That's so amazing, the jury's still out on that, but the jury might be coming to a verdict sooner rather than later with the way she is playing tonight. 14 points. She's just a freshman, mind you. She looks smooth out there tonight, playing in a state quarterfinal game. There's no pressure on her at this point. She looks smooth.
Yeah, I'd definitely rather see them at a restaurant than instead of a basketball court.
Well, the halftime show, again, brought to you by Castle Asphalt. Castle Asphalt provides commercial or residential asphalt paving, commercial site work, or commercial line striping. Visit castleasphalt.com for more information and to request a free estimate. Looks like we've got a question up here, so why don't we go to a commercial break, and we'll take care of the question here in a second. So we'll be back in 1 minute here on the Lawrence County Sports Network. Again, score 33-10, Greensburg Central Catholic.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
And welcome back to Fox Chapel High School. We had a question up here in the press box we needed to address, so that's been taken care of. And we are back here at Fox Chapel. We're now underway in the second half, 33-10, Greensburg Central Catholic in front. Oh. And we've got a foul on the Shenango defense to open.
Shenango fans not happy with that foul. They'll reach in on DeFrank. Thought they had the ball the whole way. And now what's this official going with now? I think we get a warning on Coach LaRocco.
Well, he wasn't happy before. He's even less happy after the warning.
Well, just Greensburg Central was not whistled for a foul in that first half. And, of course, there was only 3 in Shenango.
3 top of the key. Back iron on the try by Gribble. Rebound tipped out, chased down by DePilka for Greensburg Central Catholic, but she gives it away. On the outlet pass, it's stolen by Fadrizi. So trying to get something going here, Shenango trailing 33-10 early in the second half. Inside to Rubin, up with it, blocked though. Is down low, it was denied. Then we got a tie-up. DePilka had that block and then caught in the tie-up, so the arrow is with Shenango.
Yeah, good job by DePilka there. Getting the hands on and then getting the turn, well, not the turnover, at least the alternate possession. Yeah, Shenango fans not happy right now.
Ball inbounded near the half-court line to Fadrizi. As Coach LaRocco wants the team to run a particular set, which they are putting into motion. DeCarbo in between the circles, flips to Fadrizi. Back to DeCarbo. Top right points, everything spread out right now, trying to spread out this Centurions defense.
I still say you need penetration.
1 minute into the second half, 3, Fadrizi miss. Rebound Rubin, kick out DeCarbo, 3, knocks it down. 33-13, got to start somewhere, Lee, and there's a big 3 to open the second half. So DeCarbo with a couple of 3 balls tonight, miss from the left side for the Centurions. Fadrizi on the run. Dish left, DeCarbo starts in. Kicks to the near side. DeFrank wasn't quite looking for it, but does see it at the last second. 3 top of the key, bounces around and falls for Janie Nattell. She's got 6, and it's a 6-0 run here to open the second half, 33-16. Greensburg Central Catholic leading, but Shenango on the comeback trail.
Yeah, it looked like she pushed that shot a little bit, but just got enough of the rim and was able to get the roll.
That was the shooter's bounce right there. And now some life out of the Shenango fans, but also a foul by the Wildcats.
That's Natal's second on the bump.
Natal averaging 11.1 points per game. That 3 ball she hit earlier, or just moments ago, that's her 46th of the season.
Yeah, I want to thank Ponce Insurance for our timeouts here tonight. You can call it Dan Pontius, Jessica Whelan, or Tracy Giddens to get started today.
Near steal by Fadrizi is the ball inbounded. And now ripped away as Peters just has it taken right out of her hands by Rubin. Kylie Rubin trying to lead it forward. Ball lost out of bounds. They're going to say off of Shenango. I'll let the crowd mic tell you the opinion of the Shenango fans.
And Coach DeRocco is calling for this full court press now, trying to create some turnovers. They're got off to a good start here in this third quarter.
Well, remember, this is a young Central Catholic team, Greensburg Central Catholic squad, so trying to force some mistakes. Runner from the baseline, no good for Gribble. A rare miss for her tonight. And the board goes to the Wildcats. Inside to Rubin, kick out. Finding DeCarbo, 3. That one blocked on the perimeter by Avery Davis. Falls into the arms of Gribble. Gribble jogs ahead across the timeline. 5:20 left in the third. A 6-0 run by the the Wildcats of Shenango to open the second half. Another foul on Shenango.
I think they got in the towel again with the block.
That's her third I have her for.
That's what I got her for.
So that becoming problematic. That's the top 3-point shooter. DeCarbo's the one that's going to check out, though. Madison Long comes in. Long was the player who was projected to start for DeCarbo tonight after the ACL injury sustained in the state second round, but DeCarbo cleared to play tonight, driving right side of the lane. Gribble the miss. Rebound goes to the Wildcats. Here comes Fadrizi, driving right side of the lane, and the kiss off the high window. 33-18, it's an 8-0 run for Shenango.
How did she get that in? That was 1-on-3. And fall into her right, gets it up off the glass.
Tough angle, and she got it to go. Gribble, look out, 3, top of the key, sits on the rim, falls out. Ball off the hands of Peters and out of bounds. Shenango possession. 4:46 left in the third, and the Wildcats trying to claw back.
Well, you figured the Whitfield champion was going to make a run somewhere along the way, and this is their run right now. See if they can keep this going.
Fadrizi angles left, pass to Rubin. Dribbles to the paint, kicks right side, three, got it, Natel, 33-21. It's an 11-0 run now for Shenango. 4:26 to play in the third. Right wing, Davis to answer, she does. First basket of the third is a big win for the Centurions. 36-21, Greensburg Central Catholic. Floater in the lane, that one falls for Rubin, and look out, we've got a track meet. 36-23, GCC. 15-footer missed by Davis. Rebounded by Natal. Right corner. And pass tipped out of bounds by Morgan. And the ball, let's see here, we've got a timeout called by Greensburg Central Catholic.
Now they're giving us the media timeouts.
Okay. No timeout for GCC.
Yeah.
It's a media. I thought I saw Coach Skattel signal he wanted the full, though. Let me double check.
Actually,
on
it looks like he.
Yeah, that is
correct. Okay.
Yeah, I thought so. Coach
apologize.
Skattel, that's all right. Coach Skattel did signal for the full, so it is a timeout, and I can see why if you're Coach Skattel, because it was an 11-0 run to open the half for Shenango, and even with that three ball that was made by Avery Davis, Shenango came back and answered that GCC three with a runner by Kylie Rubin. And again, it's been a track meet now. So Shenango, you talked about feeding inside. They've been going inside out. They've been feeding it in, but kicking it out for the open threes.
And that's what you need to do, and that's what they're getting it done right now. Is the Cat fans on their feet here, so you need that penetration that to get that double team, and that creates an open person if they're outside. And Natal, a very good three-point shooter, and getting it done so far. DeCarbo's going to get ready to check back in here at the next stoppage.
Left wing, long, short on the try. That one from the left wing from beyond the arc. Rebound goes to GCC. So a 13-point lead. 3.5 to go in the third. Three from distance. Right in front of the GCC bench, it's Avery Davis. She's suddenly up to 16. That's her fourth three-pointer. 39-23 Centurions.
She is smooth.
Runner missed by Fedrizi. Rubin had the rebound, trying to go back up with it. It's blocked partially by DePilka and out of bounds. Possession will stay with Shenango. 3:13 to play in the third. 16-point advantage for Greensburg Central Catholic. Baseline right, triggered in by Fedrizi to Natel. She'll fire up the three. Off target, rebound chased down by Davis. Will burrow her way out of danger there with Amara DeFrank all over her defensively. Now into some clearing in the forecourt. Davis pauses, goes right side to Peters. Near side Morgan, defended by Fedrizi. Starts in, little jab step back out. Now hands it off to Gribble. Gets some space right side of the lane. That lay-in spoons out. Rebound by Rubin. Pass up ahead, nobody looking. It was intended for Natel. She was unaware of it and out of bounds. The fans on the near side were trying to alert Natel of that fact, which you probably, again, could have heard there as the fans went wild. Hey, look, turn around, there it is. And now it's out of bounds, so the ball will be with Greensburg Central Catholic. Timeout called here in the midway point of the third quarter.
Yeah, just Ponce Insurance timeout. You can get the best rates and customer service by calling a local agent at Ponce Insurance. And at the end of the game, we'll have our play of the game sponsored by Melee Chiropractic. Seasonal allergies or changes of weather. What a surprise in Pennsylvania. They can affect how you feel on a daily basis. Headaches, joint pain, sinus pressures, even congestion can all be alleviated by chiropractic work. Call Melee Chiropractic to schedule an appointment today. We'll have our player of the game afterwards. Coming after the LGAT player of the game, Head Start PA pre-K count programs. Children under the age of 5 can receive free quality preschool at various locations around the county. A little extracurricular activity in the stands right now.
Got a lively bunch here.
Yeah.
So Shenango fans trying to cajole their team to a comeback win.
Yeah, Mr. Cardone just taking care of business.
He's the game manager here tonight at Fox Chapel. Out of the timeout, which was called by Shenango. GCC pull-up J from about 12 feet out. Peters the miss. Rebound Shenango. As the fans wanted a foul reaching in there by the Centurions defense, but no dice. Got to move on, though. Down by 16. Inside feed, Rubin. Bounce pass. Has DeFrank in traffic. Goes up with it. Fouled. No basket. But 2 free throws. And now the Bronx cheer, because that's the first foul of the night called on Greensburg Central Catholic with 2:17 left in this third quarter.
I can never recall off the top of my head seeing that. 20 minutes into the game as DeFrank misses the first. I don't know if you've seen a lot of basketball over the years too.
Not as much as you, but I don't recall seeing seeing something of that sort, that long for a foul to have been called on a particular team. And second foul, DeFrank. Free throw, that is, for DeFrank. She makes it, so she's on the score sheet now, the 5'7" sophomore.
But it's not like the fouls are that descriptive. There's only 3 fouls in the first half on GCC. The second half, only 3. On Shenango, and only 3 on Shenango here in the second half. So it's not like it's 8-0 or anything like that. So
full court pressure, travel caused by the full court pressure on Greensburg Central Catholic. So Shenango with the ball. DeFrank's free throw made it 39-24.
And Medora Bonner Law turnover. MedoraBonnerLaw.com, your community firm with a personal connection and individualized service.
2:10 left in this third period, 39-24. Shenango near travels. DeCarbo picks up the dribble, but she finds Natel for 3, back iron, rebound, and a foul. And the fans are going to dispute that, but that was a foul. Rubin bumped DePilka as she had rebounded the ball and knocked her down to the floor.
For those of you thinking become an official or like to become an official, PIAA.org. Click on how to become an official, take the test, and see how you can do.
That's your game PSA, right?
Yeah.
You do that once a game. We've got a steal, and then rolling, trying to save the ball.
She fell out of bounds.
It's out of bounds. Yeah. Coach LaRocco was trying to call the timeout there. Rubin jumped a pass, but she was on the ground rolling, and evidently she was out of bounds before a travel. That's why Coach LaRocco was attempting to get the timeout, but did not get it in time, unfortunately, for Shenango. So full court pressure continues, but GCC does break the pressure. Gribble out to Morgan, 3, left wing, back rim. Long board pulled down by Davis. She'll peel back and wind some more clock with a 39-24 lead. Greensburg Central Catholic, the clock is your friend. Morgan angles in, hands it off, a little dribble drive action, and there's a foul. Rubin, as the basket does fall for Kara DePilka, and a chance for an and one 3-point play.
Boy, she got mugged. I don't even know how she was able to get that ball in. Great job by DePilka.
Second foul on Rubin. Junior Kara DePilka, another one of the members of the Western PA Bruins AAU program. And that's like the who's who of area all-stars, that program. Free throw goes down for DePilka. She has 5, and GCC's lead pushed back up to 42-24.
Well, it was down to 13.
Ball tipped out of bounds near side by Greensburg Central Catholic. Elise Lenhart in the game, 5'8" junior, to inbound from the near side. Does so to Fedrizi. 4 points for her. She's been quiet, but her teammates have picked up the load a little bit in the second half. DeCarbo down to the floor, and you kind of take a deep breath anytime you see that.
And that's what Coach LaRocco is going to say. Yep, he's
she's going to check out. Long will come back in.
I'm sure he feels a little antsy, about having her play.
Yeah, she's okay as she jogs back to the bench, but playing on a torn ACL is far from an easy thing to do. Runner missed by Natel, out of bounds though off of the Centurions.
I'm sure my brother could know the feeling. He's had 3 knee replacements, so.
Well, handed off the inbounds pass right back to Natel. She finds a cutter in Fedrizi, who's triple team, maintains the dribble. Right side, able to keep her dribble, Lenhart. Lob pass left side, 3, Natel, no. Rebound, Rubin is fouled on the way back up. She'll get 2 free throws, 41 seconds left in the third.
Look like Abby DeLugos with that foul. But Natel's going to keep shooting.
They charge that foul on DePilka, which is her first. DeLugos, to your point, is in the game. First time we've seen her tonight for Greensburg Central Catholic.
Do we have time to go through that lineage?
Not yet. Not in this circumstance, I don't think. So Kylie Rubin at the charity stripe. I'll tell you about Kylie. She's an all-state volleyball player, also 1,000 kills and 1,000 career points on the hardwood. IUP commit for volleyball.
And I think we have some issues with some of the fans over here. The AD for the Shenango and the site director having some words.
Well, while that goes on, it gives me a chance to continue the background notes. As Rubin on the first free throw misses, keeping the score at 42-24. Again, 41 seconds left in the third. So Rubin, her 1,000th career kill came in the WPIAL title match against Fraser. As Shenango reached the championship, unfortunately fell to Fraser. And last year, Rubin broke the single season record on the hardwood for blocks and rebounds, 72 blocks, 303 rebounds. Second free throw, also no good for Rubin. You got to make those and when you're trying to come from behind, but could not there. So 35 seconds ago, and there's a steal, though. Fedrizi with the theft. She'll pull up, did not have numbers. 30 seconds to go in the third. Starts in, backs off as GCC looking to trap there. And now a foul reaching in on Gribble. That'll be the third team foul on the Centurions.
Second on Gribble.
Evidently, to your point, you were talking about earlier, a fan issue of some sort. So Mr. Cardone, the site manager, talking things over with the athletic staff at Shenango to try and squash that.
Yeah, Jan Budai.
10 seconds remaining in the third. Inside feed to Rubin, saves it on a near errant pass. Coming open to Tell, three, right wing, back rim, rebound tipped, and the buzzer sounds to end the third. 42-24, Greensburg Central Catholic with the lead. It was a great start to the third period with an 11-0 run for Shenango, but things started to cool down as the period progressed, and it's 42-24 Centurions after three. We'll be back with the fourth quarter of this state quarterfinal Class AA contest between Shenango and Greensburg Central Catholic here on the Lawrence County Sports Network and Trib Live High School Sports Network.
In need of a lawyer? In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
Back at Fox Chapel High School. Score from out of town. Kennedy Catholic leading Bishop McCourt 40-27 midway through the third. Your out of town scoreboard brought to you by the Crane Room Grill. We are back underway in the fourth quarter of this one as Greensburg Central Catholic up on Shenango 42-24. Three from the right corner. Spoons out for Mia Morgan. And the rebound corralled by Shenango. So they opened the third on an 11-0 run, but things started to slow down for the Wildcats later in the period. They need to come out with a head of steam here in this fourth. They hope to advance, but a travel by Natel.
Yeah, I want to again thank that Shenango fan for bringing you tonight's action. That when you get to the PIAA, we don't have rights fees, so we always need that extra income to be able to get these broadcasts on the air. And tonight, a lone Shenango fan doing it for us, and we greatly appreciate that as Gribble misses.
Gribble runner rattles out. Had a great first half, Gribble with 14, but the rim has been unkind to her in the second half. Has had some good looks, but just have not fallen for Gribble. Rubin drives the lane, but misses on the bunny. Hard off the window, rebound Peters, and that results in a transition attempt for Morgan, but she misses on the layup. Rebound corralled by DeFrank for Shenango.
How about the pass by Gribble? A beautiful bounce pass, but unfortunately didn't get the conversion.
Kick right corner, DeCarbo wide open for three, but an air ball. And the rebound saved, but into the bench area of Shenango. DeFrank was trying to save it, but Coach LaRocco petitioning that it's Shenango ball, and he wins that petition. How about that?
Wow.
He saw something that one of the officials on the backside saw, and that overturns the call, so it will be Wildcats basketball with 6:37 to play in regulation.
Yeah, time running out.
18-point lead for the Centurions. Left wing DeCarbo. Right now, anything that's any sort of contact the Shenango fans are disputing.
Well, and the Tau got away with a push, so they had evened out.
Inside feed for Rubin in traffic, lays it in. Nice job there. Caught that one over the shoulder like a wide receiver on a defensive back, and then banked it in off the window. 42-26. Need more of that.
And they're going to have to pressure the ball, GCC, in no hurry whatsoever.
Big lead for the Centurions. Right wing Gribble. Fakes inside, will pass to Davis. From out deep, thought about a three, but thought better of it. I'll just wind some clock, says Davis. Pass to the right side with Gribble. Wide open three ball. Got it. The splash. There's her first basket of the second half, and it's a three. 17 points for Gribble. 45-26 the score, favoring Greensburg Central Catholic. Inside pass toward Rubin, trying to tip it out, but Gribble steals it as she splits two players, now running the other way. Layup, good for Gribble. And GCC, just like that, up by 21, 47-26, 5:20 left in regulation. Timeout for Shenango. They have only one more left. Oh, and boy, Coach LaRocco is fired up here. He is letting the officials know about his displeasure at the moment. This will be a full timeout for Shenango, as the Wildcats will have only one more remaining after this. We'll pause for a quick break as well. Back with more in just a moment. 47-26, Greensburg Central Catholic leading here on the Lawrence County Sports Network.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
(47-26), Greensburg Central Catholic on top of Shenango. 5:20 to play in the fourth period. State quarterfinals, Class AA playoffs. And Shenango, the WPIAL champions, but fell behind 22-2 in the first quarter to Greensburg Central Catholic, and the Centurions have been holding the lead ever since. It's been a hot shooting night. Natel, left wing three, missed. And in contrast, it's been a cold shooting night for Shenango. Rebound, Rubin in the mix there. Caught in a tie-up, but the arrow is with Shenango.
Yeah, Natel's getting good looks, too. I mean, she's a couple of those, not challenged, but unfortunately she's having, she has 3 threes. But
inside to Rubin. She'll bank it home. 47-28. Deficit is 19. So Rubin up to 8. There's the pressure, triple team, near steal, but Gribble somehow gets it back out of that. Davis then wide open three, off target, rebounded by Fedrizi. Fedrizi jogs ahead, and again, you need points in a hurry at this point. You need a Mount Lebanon-like comeback against Chartiers Valley. And that was near miraculous, as it were, in the WPIAL quarterfinals in Class 6A.
16 points in 4 minutes or something like that?
You're right on. It was 16 points in 4 minutes. We've got a whistle on the other end.
Rubin called with a reach in here.
That'll be her third foul. She knocked Davis down to the floor.
Team 6th here of the second half. And Ashley DeCarbo.
Yeah, she's going to come out of the game, and I think that's it for her tonight. She was starting to take that leg brace off and gets a big round of applause. So with the score as it is, not going to risk anything more with her. Julia George enters in her stead. Big round of applause. Hugs for her on the bench area. As there's a drive and basket for Mia Morgan. 49-28, lead back to 21 for Greensburg Central Catholic. 4:06 to go in the fourth, and the ball thrown out of bounds errantly by Fedrizi. Was trying to go to Natel, but instead turnover to GCC.
Yeah, they're going to stretch that leg out on Ashley, but what a valiant effort, though, Randy. She gave it everything she had, for sure. Just wasn't Shenango's night.
Crossover. And lobbed out on the pass by DePilka. Morgan loses it. Scramble. Fedrizi comes out of there with it, and now it's a 3-on-1 for Shenango. Fedrizi all the way for the layup. 49-30. Greensburg Central Catholic with 3:36 to play. Fedrizi with just 6 points tonight. Davis wide open on the right wing, but she's just going to dribble it out. She knows the scenario right now, the junior.
There's the move, yeah. She took it a couple minutes ago, but it's like now let's run the clock, go for that back door.
Pass inside, stolen. Fedrizi out of there with it. Now it's a 3-on-2. Pull up, leaner from the mid-blocks. Good for Natel. 49-32. Deficit is 17 with 3 minutes left. Natel in double figures with 11. Knifing through the middle of the lane, missing on the scoop. Davis. Rebound spins out into the hands of Natel. Top of the key, 3 launched. Fedrizi short, rebound to Frank, bumped from behind. That'll be just the 5th team foul on Greensburg Central Catholic going against Cadence Peters.
Yeah, if things hold true on both games, that's going to be a fantastic semifinals between Kennedy and GCC. We get a 30-second points insurance timeout. That reading up on Kennedy Catholic, they got I think Michaela Fields, I think is her name. That's just an outstanding ball player for Kennedy Catholic. So those two schools will meet on Monday if things hold true for both games. And then tomorrow, actually right after this broadcast, you can tune into Mr. James Dotson. He will have the Union Scottes being played the second part of the doubleheader at North Allegheny, Union versus Carlington in that game.
And we have a trio of games tomorrow.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. So Union girls, I believe, is at 12. No, you're at 12.
I'm at 12. Yeah, the Shenango Deer Lakes boys.
Then Union girls at 1, and then the Newcastle boys at 2 tomorrow.
Busy times here on the Lawrence County Sports Network.
And thanks to Mr. Randy Gore for helping us out to get all those broadcasts on.
My pleasure. I always enjoy it.
Yeah.
Out of the Shenango timeout, an inside feed taken away by Greensburg Central Catholic, and now Gribble holding the basketball in the forecourt with 2:23 remaining.
Well, you're the reason we can get 3 broadcasts on tomorrow.
Looking forward to it. I love seeing Lawrence County basketball and some different teams play than what I normally do. Right wing 3, Morgan short, but the rebound corralled by Julia George.
And when you get to go to your home court at North Allegheny, it makes life easy.
That's right. There's an and one. Fedrizi basket, count it. The hoop and the harm opportunity here for Miss Emily Fedrizi.
Yeah, you're going to walk into that gym, you're going to say, wait a minute, North Allegheny's not playing?
Our staffers at NA will be confused. They're going to say, what are you doing here? Free throw good for Fedrizi. Completes the 3-point play. Scores 49-35. 2 minutes remaining. But Greensburg Central Catholic with the 14-point lead. This is the closest that Shenango has been since the first quarter 22-2 outburst by the Centurions. But it's a matter of too little too late right now. But doesn't spoil what has been a great season, banner year for Shenango. First ever WPIAL championship. As they defeated Freedom in the title tilt, 44-34 at the Peterson Event Center. And this great senior class, 6 seniors. We have a jump ball here. Arrow is with Greensburg Central Catholic with 1:27 to go. And Coach Ricky LaRocco had discussed with us that this is a tough group of kids. This senior class is out comes Janie Natel, one of those seniors, and you can expect a curtain call for each and every one of those seniors on the floor right now.
All-time career 3-point shooter leader at Shenango.
basket for Morgan. 51-35, Greensburg Central Catholic. Yanitel with 144 career threes coming in. She had 3 tonight, so add on to that total up to 147.
Here comes the next senior. Let's see who's going to be. Fedrizi.
So Fedrizi, the all-time assist leader, set the single-game scoring record with 39 points against Farrell earlier in the year. She checks out. 109 left. George, long 2-pointer at the perimeter. That one no good. Rebounded by Madison Long. Pass outletted to Elise Lenhart. Left wing, Long. Off the backboard on that 3-ball try. Less than a minute to go.
And Coach LaRocco's calling for a foul so he can get somebody else in the game. No one's hearing right now.
Yeah, asking one of his players. There we go. DeFrank will foul.
Try to get the other senior recognition right now.
That'll be the 8th team foul, which will send GCC to the line.
There's the other senior.
Zoe Offie checks in. Kylie Rubin, the last senior that was on the floor, will exit. Big hug from Coach LaRocco. Big round of applause as well.
I think some tears.
Well, Rubin, a part of that 1,000 club in terms of volleyball and basketball. 1,000 kills, 1,000 points. Fedrizi, a part of that club as well. Kylie's older sister Macy played softball at Clarion. Great athletic family. As free throw number 1 goes down for Avery Davis. GCC 52-35 with 44 seconds left. Davis with 17 points. We'll have to think about our play of the game. I think the player of the game is probably who we started with, right? Or are we going to wait to announce that?
We'll take a commercial break and then we can come back. Unless we're in a hurry to get out of here.
I'm not in a hurry, so we can wait. Keep the suspense. We call that a tease in the business. His second free throw good for Avery Davis. 53-35, Greensburg Central Catholic. So down to the final 40 seconds here. So Greensburg Central Catholic will advance to the state semifinals. Is a leaner in the lane, no good for Offie. Rebounded by the Centurions, down to the final 23.
Actually, we can hand out our awards at the end of this one. Looks like
ball thrown away out of bounds by the Centurions.
Looks like Amani Christian's going to win their game, and some extracurricular activity going on at the North Allegheny Gymnasium. So Mr. Modick and company are probably have his hands full right now. We'll just leave it at that.
Pull-up jumper by Christopher is blocked. Jump ball with 6 seconds left. Arrow with Shenango. Score in the other quarterfinal, Kennedy Catholic leading 47-33 over Bishop McCourt with 6:52 to go in the fourth quarter. 3, Christopher left corner. Final seconds will tick off the clock, and the ball game is over. Greensburg Central Catholic, after a 22-2 start in this one, will prevail. 53-35 is your final score. Valiant effort by Shenango. Started the second half with an 11-0 run, but again, it was a matter of the deficit was too big of a mountain to climb, as it turned out for Shenango. Dug themselves too big of a hole at the end of the day. We're going to step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll have your player of the game, play of the game, and all that sort of fun stuff right here on the Lawrence County Sports Network and Trip Live High School Sports Network.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance and receive the personalized service you deserve.
And back on the post-game show here on the Lawrence County Sports Network and Trib Live High School Sports Network. Greensburg Central Catholic jumped out to a 22-2 lead after one quarter. Hot shooting start. Shenango was cold to begin. GCC held a 33-10 advantage at the half. Shenango, to its credit, with an 11-0 run to open the second half to cut the deficit to 33-21, but that's as close as it would get. Avery Davis, just as it was 33-21, Avery Davis hit a big three-pointer, and that upped it to 36-21. And really, Davis had two big threes in that third. Right when it looked like Shenango had some momentum, Davis with big threes in that third topped the lead to 39-23, and the Centurions able to cruise the rest of the way to the victory. And Shenango, as we were saying, a valiant effort by the Wildcats, WPIAL champions this year, in a banner season for them. Janie Nattel led individually with 11 points tonight, 3 3-pointers for her. For Greensburg Central Catholic, Avery Davis had 18 points, Erica Gribble 17. Most of that damage done by both in the first half. Maya Morgan with 9. But again, valiant effort by Shenango. Nice 11-0 spurt to open the third quarter, but at the end of the day, just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, just not Shenango's night for sure. So let's hand out these awards real quick because we got to get going here. LCAP Player of the Game Award. We're going to go with Ashley DeCarbo. Who else? You play with the Tornays EL. We don't care what you do. You're the player of the game. So Lawrence County Community Action Partnership proud to present the Player of the Game Award to Ashley DeCarbo of Shenango. LCAP and the Lawrence County Sports Network are proud to honor Ashley for tonight's Player of the Game. She'll receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone, recognition to being named tonight's Player of the Game. You can view the full list of this year's Players of the Game. Go online to lcsportsnet.com. Click on Player of the Game. Congratulations, Ashley DeCarbo, for being the name tonight's LCAP Player of the Game. LCAP changing lives. And Randy, we're going to go with our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. That scoop layup that Fedrizi had through three, falling off to her right, getting the English on, somehow she getting that ball off the glass. That's going to be our Player of the Game, our Play of the Game that goes to Emily Fedrizi. We're proud to honor Emily for tonight's Play of the Game. She'll receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's Play of the Game. So you can view tonight's Play of the Game and the full list on lcsportsnet.com. Click on Play of the Game. So congratulations to Emily Fedrizi for tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. And our fan of the game goes to the one that the anonymous fan who sponsors tonight's broadcast. Greatly appreciate that.
So Shenango's season comes to an end at 24-5, but great year for the WPIAL champions. Greensburg Central Catholic now 24-5 on the year as well. They await the winner of that Kennedy Catholic Bishop McCourt game. Last we had, Kennedy Catholic was up by 10. Or actually more than that, 47-33 early in the fourth. So it could be very well Kennedy Catholic against Greensburg Central Catholic on Monday night next week in the state semifinals. So Greensburg Central Catholic vying for a second ever state title, and their quest continues. Shenango, again, great year, but that year comes to a close here tonight. But congrats to Coach LaRocco and his bunch for a very special campaign in 2022-2023. We're going to step aside and say goodbye as we get ready for the next game from this site. For my partner Lee Moan, I'm Randy Gore. Once again, your final score: Greensburg Central Catholic 53 and Shenango 35 on the Lawrence County Sports Network.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.